Hey guys, Fiction here. This is anime recap of Platinum End. Mirai Kakahashi was a high school student. While his classmates were discussing travel karaoke's spiritual orientation, he just sat silently with a sad expression on his face. After class ended, he went up to a building with the intention of committing suicide. He just wanted to be happy, then he jumped off the building to find death. But then he realized he was floating in the sky and saw an angel holding him. Angel named Nasse. He was thinking she was taking him to heaven, but he wasn't dead yet. The angel caught him before he fell to the ground. He looked down to see that his world had not changed now. He believed that he was not dead and that angels were real. He wants the angel not to interfere in his suicide, but the angel chose him as a god candidate, so she wouldn't let him die. He's been watching him since he was young, when he was 7 years old. His family died in an accident. Then he was adopted by his aunt and uncle. That's when his painful life began. When he was a child, he was often beaten by his uncle. He was still very scared when he thought about it. He has no family and friends. Unable to bear this painful life, the angel said she would give him hope to live. The angel sent him two options: freedom or love. He still doesn't believe what the angel said. He just wants to die right away, so he said he wanted to choose both. The angel immediately agreed. Actually, the angel made the choices because it was tradition. Then the angel gave him the angel's necklace and the armband. Those bands cannot be removed. No one can see them except other angels and god candidates. The angel's necklace give him wings like an angel, and angel arrows will fly out from his armband. The angel wants him to try out the power of them. Humans can't see them and they won't be able to bump into objects. He was trying to fly into the sky, having some minor difficulties at first, but then he got used to them quickly. He once dreamed of flying in the sky. He cries and enjoys these wonderful moments thanks to the angel. Then he discovers that his aunt and uncle are demons who killed his family. He was shocked to learn this fact. Since childhood, he has always suffered abuse and injustice from them, and he did not dare to protest. He thought he should take responsibility for his own situation. He still doesn't believe they did it, so the angel tells him to check it out for himself with the angel arrow. After that, he returned home. His uncle ordered him to buy a lighter. In a rude tone, he really didn't want to do this, but to know the truth, he summoned the angel arrow and shot at his aunt. It successfully entered her body. She immediately changed her behavior towards him. Now she was madly in love with him. This is the power of the angel arrow. Who wants to tell her the truth about this family's death? Due to the influence of the angel arrow, she told the whole truth that her husband planned to kill Mirai's family. Her husband heard the noise and woke up in order to inherit the entire property from her father. Her husband changed the ignition system in the car, causing him to explode. They didn't kill Mirai because they wanted to get the insurance money. When they adopted, Mirai couldn't stand knowing the truth. He actually said, "You're monsters, you two should have been the ones that die." Instead, his aunt heard his words. She immediately used the knife to commit suicide. Mirai wanted to call an ambulance, but it was too late. Angel appeared to have taken her soul away. Mirai feels the humans die so easily. He begins to fear death. He wants to live happily for his family's sake. 3 days later, he was hiding in a room. He didn't use the angel's wings or arrows. He didn't have much money left. He could use his wings to steal anything easily. But he didn't want to do that. He just wanted ordinary happiness. He wants to have food, a place to stay, work in the company, and marry the person he loves. The angel suddenly remembers something important that she forgot to tell Mirai. There are currently 13 god candidates, each of whom is accompanied by an angel. One of them will be chosen to become a god. Mirai will soon run into other god candidates. He has realized he has begun to enter another cruel life. The 13 god candidates always seek to destroy each other to gain the right to become a true god. For a long time, God did everything he could to make the human world a better place. But the time has come for God to give up his throne and give it to the next human being, to a younger power out of a multitude of angels. 13 angels are chosen to find a suitable human for themselves to be the next god. When their chosen human becomes a god, their work as angels will come to an end, and they will be rewarded with a peaceful life alongside the new god. The angels have 999 days to fill this duty. As Mirai turns on the TV, he is shocked to see another angel floating above the head of Tony Rodriguez, a famous actor who was in the middle of being interviewed. Nasse confirms to Mirai that presence of the angel means that Tama is another god candidate. Mirai is disgusted to learn that Tama has been using his arrows to force numerous women to fall in love with him. but Nazi tells him Toma's actions won't affect his eligibility to become God. The red arrow can only be used on a person once, and that if he wants them to continue to love him after the effects of the arrow have worn off, he must get the person to truly fall in love with him. It is possible to avoid an arrow using the wings, as they allow the user to move faster than the arrow. There is no way for normal humans to avoid them. Thanks to the red arrow, Tama is able to satisfy his lust with his idols, but the fun soon ends because he is killed by another god candidate with a white arrow. The next day, as Mirai leaves his entrance and exams, Nasse complains that Mirai could gain entrance with his arrow, but he wants to gain entrance to the school on his own merits. As he leaves the high school campus, Mirai sees news of Tama's mysterious death. A news broadcast nearby is live about a bank being attacked by robbers who are taking a few people hostage. They're entrenched inside the bank and require a helicopter to escape. Another god candidate appears, claiming to be Justice in the Metropolitan costume. Immediately, Metropolitan uses his red arrows to shoot at the policeman. Now the policemen obey his orders. A robber shot him with a gun, but his speed was faster than the bullets. He plots the bandits to kill each other and presents himself as a hero. He is also supported by a special ranked angel like Mirai. Mirai is stunned to see that Metropolitan is using wings and arrows. He's even more stunned when Metropolitan declares that his mission on Earth is to defeat his 12 enemies from heaven. Realizing the Metropolitan was the one who killed Tama, realizing that having Nasse near him will alert any nearby god candidates to his identity, Mirai orders Nasse to leave his side immediately. After rewatching Metropolitan's interview in his apartment, Mirai has decided to ask Nasse to take him off the list of god candidates, but Nasse reveals that he will die if he drops out of the running. Changing the subject, Mirai asks about the different angel rankings, and Nasse explains him the difference between special level 1 and level 2 angels. Mirai notes that Metropolitan will likely target special angels and their candidates. First, they decide to attend his first day of high school anyway, rationing that he won't achieve happiness by hiding in his apartment. As he prepares for school, Mirai reminds stay away from him so that the sight of her won't reveal his identity to any other candidates. Nazi suggests that he uses red arrow on his crush Saki Hanakego, revealing that using it for such purpose is considered correct by angels. Nora insists, however, that after seeing the arrows being used by Metropolitan to kill others, and even using the arrow to kill his own aunt, but he cannot use them. However, he wants arriving at the school. Mirai's excitement for his middle school life is replaced by horror at the sight of an angel flying above the school. Although he tries to pretend that he doesn't see her, the angel starts causing him trouble, reveal his identity as a god candidate. Mirai panicked. Candidate asked if the angel is nearby, and the angel confirms that her candidate also is a student at Mirai's school, and that she is standing behind him. Terrified, Mirai turns around to find Saki standing behind him. She immediately shoots him with a red arrow, but he already had feelings for her, so nothing's changed. Thanks to the red arrow, he had the courage to say he loved her. It looks like she is very sad. She tells him to use his wings to get to her house and wait for her to return after she finishes the school entrance ceremony. The first time Mirai enters Saki's room, he's feeling very happy. Right now Saki returns. She says that she assigned to the same class as him. She asks him about the angel that accompanies him, and learns that he's the owner of the white arrow from a special ranked angel. Saki's angel wants him to be Saki's wings. They start making connection between their armbands. They will serve as the lifeline that won't come undone unless both of them will it too. Then they fly together in the sky. Saki's sad expression also disappears. Looks like the flight was a success. This will make up for Saki's lack of wings. Saki's angel says that Metropolitan is the biggest concern right now because the new god should be chosen from an impartial discussion, but Metropolitan rejected it. He plans to kill all god candidates and become the new god. Someone must volunteer to oppose him to protect Saki. Mirai hears those words, and he immediately volunteers to meet Metropolitan at Sakura TV. At this moment, Nasse arrives in time to stop him. Saki's angel is called Revel. He wants Mirai and Metropolitan to destroy each other, so that Saki can have wings and white arrows if one of them dies. After Saki learns of this plan, she immediately asked Mirai not to go to meet much Metropolitan. The situation has changed. Revel asks everyone to work together to fight Metropolitan because it protects Saki. Mirai would do anything. Mirai will stay at Saki's house until a new god is chosen. At this time in another place a drug dealer is trying to escape the police pursuit, but he's caught by Metropolis Man. He's still playing the role of a hero of justice in front of everyone. His real plan is to lure other god candidates to show up, but a month has passed and no one shows up. He began to make another plan on side. He is currently tied up because the red arrow has expired. Even so, his feeling for Saki remain unchanged. He is also very happy that he was shot by Saki. That gives him the courage to confess to her and experience the joy of being together. He won't let Metropolis Man harm Saki. Right now on TV broadcasting Metropolis Man's call. He wants to work with the remaining 11 god candidates if they become heroes in this world. Together he has a reservation at the stadium and will be waiting for them at 3 p.m. tomorrow. He chooses the arena because it's the most suitable place to lure the god candidates. They can blend into the crowd or easily fly through the sky to reach the stadium. Despite knowing that it is trapped, still Mirai and Saki decide to go there anyway. They choose to hide in the crowd. Mirai sees the other angels here. Saki reminds him not to look up at the sky too much. There are a lot of people here and there are live TV channels. Everyone in the stands began the countdown seconds. Metropolis Man Showdown. Extremely on time. Right now in the sky appear two other god candidates in Metro blue and yellow costumes. They use the red arrows to shoot Metropolis Man, but it is blocked by some barrier. Mirai is shocked to see the scene. Humans who get hit and controlled by a red arrow can't be hit by a new arrow until 33 days have passed. This means that the person in the Metropolis Man costume is a faker. He's just an ordinary person and was shot by the red arrow of Metropolis Man. He's been dropped by Metropolis Man. Metro Blue calls on Metropolis Man to appear to solve the problem here. Previously, Metro Blue and Yellow were hardworking students, but they always failed the college entrance exam. They were desperate for life and planned to commit suicide. They planned to have fun for a day and then commit suicide, but only made themselves more tired. At this time, two rank 1 angels appear, giving them hope to live. Wings and red arrows. They became god candidates. Before going to the stadium, they learned a lot about how the red arrows work and the speed of the wings. The arrow's range is 31.6 meters and god candidates cannot shoot arrows while flying at high speed. This means that Metropolis Man must appear near them in order to pose a threat to them. Then Metropolis Man appears on screen and compliments them and tells them that he can shoot 2 red and white arrows at the same time with a time difference of 0.3 seconds. But they can't appear behind them because they are standing back to back and looking around like that. He won't do anything stupid and say goodbye. Metro Blue wants to capture the faker to get information about the whereabouts of Metropolis Man. At this moment a little girl appears. She is a god candidate chosen by a rank 2 angel, so she only possesses the wings. She wants to go with Metro Blue and Yellow because she's afraid of being killed by Metropolis Man. To ensure that she is not under the control of Metropolis Man, the girl must be disagreed to be shot with red arrows. When the girl is approaching them, suddenly Metropolis Man appears. He quickly uses their arrow to control her. He says they are fools, they should not hesitate to use arrows, and tells them to get out or he will kill them. They still haven't given up and convinced the god candidates for the present here to their side, but they only accept those who agree to be shot with red arrows from them. Then Metro Pink and Green appear. They say they only have arrows but no wings and agreed to be shot with red arrows. Then Metro Blue and Green go to their place to shoot the red arrow. Everything goes smoothly in the game. 2 new allies. Then suddenly Metropolis Man appears on the screen again, and he says that he is not Metropolis Man at this moment. Major Palm Man is right behind them. Metro Blue is destroyed by the white arrow, and Metro Yellow is shot by the red arrow. Everything went according to Metropolis Man's plan. Mirai is feeling shocked because he doesn't understand why Metropolis Man is there. When Metro Blue and Yellow go to Pink and Green's location, Metropolis Man has time to swap places with a faker. Actually, Metro Pink and Green are not god candidates. They're just actors hired by Metropolis Man. Metropolis wings and arrows now belong to Metropolis Man. Mirai is scared of Metropolis Man's plan. He fears there's no chance of victory. Metropolis Man starts a second performance that handcuffed Metro Yellow and the girl together. The audience cheers with excitement because they think it is magic. He used the white arrow to threaten that show. Yellow leaving him and all because Metro Yellow is tied up with a girl. He can't dodge the white arrow. The girl witnesses his death in horror. She cries out for help from everyone around. All this is what Metropolis Man wants, just make Mirai and Saki unable to sit still. This is it for today. For more anime content, subscribe to my channel.